Hi, everybody. Hi. It's 7 o'clock on Friday night, April 19th, and welcome to my Stamp and Sip Live. I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. So, looks like we are live and hopefully not having any technical difficulties. If you're watching, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so I have a massive headache tonight, so this is going to be fast. I'm just sipping on some water tonight. Oh, almost out. Um, because I'm not feeling so great. So this is just going to be a quick card. And I know it looks like it's complicated, but it's not complicated. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm doing a flower pot card tonight with, I can never remember how to get out of here. There we go. I'm doing a flower pot card tonight with the Zinnia, Simply Zinnia set and the Zinnia paper. This is that wonderfully beautiful paper called Flowering Zinnias. So that is what we're using tonight for this card. And this is the set. This is an online exclusive with these beautiful flowers and these really nice sayings. Sending flowers and thinking of you. Words fail to express my gratitude and thank you so much. So that's the set we're using tonight. And then let me show you the dies that coordinate with that. Got them in here. So the dies that coordinate with this cut out these beautiful petals, and then this will cut out one of your stamped images. This one cuts out your large stamped image. And the rest of these cut out flowers and leaves and the inserts of the flowers. So this is the back piece, or that also the piece that cuts out your stamped flower. And then you get two of these little petals that you can layer. And then this is the inside of the flower. And then there's another little piece, this piece, that creates this interest on the inside of the flower, these little star looking things. There's probably a name for the middle of the flower. I'm sure there is. All my botany students can tell me what that's called. Anyway, some beautiful dies, and I'm going to show you a card made with the dies in a little bit. Okay, but this is the card that we're going to create, and it's a, hi Patsy, thanks. It's called a flower. Well, I don't know what it's called, but I'm calling it a flower pot card. Essentially, it's a Z fold, and then what we're doing is we're going to create this little flower pot that's going to stand up, and we're going to create a little stop here for it to become an easel card and stand up. Okay, so what will we need? What we need for this is a card base that is 4¼ by 11. And then you're going to need a mat for the inside of your card, which is 5¼ by 4. And then a white mat that's going to go on top of that. That is 5 by 3¾ And then you're going to need another mat for the top of it, which is going to be 2½ by 4. And then a piece of white on top of that, that's going to be 2¼ right? Oh yes, 2½ by 4, I'm sorry. And 2¼ by 3/4, 3¾ Oh boy. And then for your flower pot, you're going to need a piece. You can decide what color. I'm using pecan pie. This piece is 3½ by 4. And then the top of the pot is going to be 1 inch by 4¼ So just a tiny bit wider. Now, I know you would think that the pot goes this way, with the 4 inches being the length this way, but it's not. It's going this way. That's a little bit confusing, so Just make sure you turn it the correct way. And then we're just going to need something for the stop. What I did was, hey Sharon, thanks for joining. What I did was I cut a piece of designer series paper out with the heartfelt hexagon punch. And then I cut out the same punch in basic white. And then I just trimmed off these two edges and just fit that so that will fit right inside the heartfelt hexagon punched DSP that you've created. And that will be for your sentiment. Okay? All right. And then you're going to need some fussy cut flowers. So what I did was fussy cut these zinnias. There's one sheet of the designer series paper that has all these beautiful flowers, and they just looked perfect for fussy cutting, didn't they? Now I've created this card before with some other floral paper that we've had, and I was so excited when I saw this zinnia paper because I thought, oh my gosh, this is another perfect paper for this flower pot card. Hey, Lorraine. That's okay that you're late. You haven't missed anything, really? Okay, so the flower pot card, we're going to score our card base. So we've got it at 4¼ by 11, and we're going to score it in half at 5½. Going to get our cutting blade out of the way, and we're going to use our scorer at 5½, and then we're going to go to 2¾ So we're just going to pull it back and go to 2¾ and score again. And that is all you need to do for this card base. Okay, so the card base is going to get folded in half. So we're folding in half. And then at the other score line at 2¾ we're going to fold back. So we're going to create a Z fold. So it should look like this. Okay, so in half, and then this one folds back to make a Z. There you go. So that is your card base. And what we'll do then is we will adhere our mats to that. So I'm going to first adhere the white, my basic white, to, this is Berry Burst that I'm using. Oh, and I'm sorry, the card base is Blackberry Bliss. That's a color I haven't used in a long time. So I was excited to see that in the paper pack in the flowers. So, okay, so we've got our basic white adhered. And then we'll do this larger mat. And we just want to line that up so there's a border around all sides. So this one is going to go inside your card. And I do this with, and of course you could just do white if you'd like, but I love the two colors here. Just looks so rich when you put it together. Get those two colors together. Gorgeous. Okay, so this one then goes at the top here. So when you're going to fold this down, and that's going to be the top here. And I try to line it up with the two edges. And then line, straight would be good. And then just line it up so that it has a border around all sides. So you're going to have this now. Okay? All right. So now the fun part with the flower pot. So the flower pot, we have to cut a little bit to get this angle, right? Because see how it's has a little angle to it. So what you're going to do, remember that it doesn't go this way. This is the 4-inch side. It goes this way. What was this? 3½ inch side. Okay, So what we're going to do is create little tick marks. So we want tick marks at 3/4 of an inch from each edge on just one side. So we'll go look at 3/4 of an inch. Let's go 3/4 of an inch here and just give that a little tick mark. And then on your other side of your ruler, on your other side of your cutting track, go to 3/4 of an inch and make another tick mark. These are both going to be on the same side. Then I'm going to turn this just so I can see it better. And I'm going to cut from this tick mark here to the corner, to the top corner. So I'm going to get that tick mark in my trimmer right in the channel, cutting channel. So the tick mark is in the channel, and then this top point is in the channel. And I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to turn it so that the tick mark now is at the top and the point is at the bottom. So tick mark and point, and then I'm going to cut that. So those little angles come off and you've got the bottom of your flower pot. Very simple. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that for the moment. And then we're going to, we're not going to put the top on yet. We're going to put the flower pot onto your card first before we put the little top on. So this is the only tricky part. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I love these colors together. Beautiful. And it mirrors the colors that are in all the zinnias. Okay, so your flower pot, to adhere the flower pot, it's going to come right to the bottom of your white mat. Right there. That's where you want the bottom of your flower pot, which is going to put the top of your flower pot here on the top panel. But you want to make sure that it's lined up. So we're going to scooch it over. And we're going to line up. This corner should come to this mat edge, and this corner should come to this mat edge. That's how you're going to want to space it on your card. But you're only going to glue this top part, okay? Because that's the only part that's got to stick, because this has got to come up, right? So just make sure you put glue just at the top here. So we're going to flip this over, add some glue. And then once more, we're going to line it up at the bottom, right to the bottom of your white mat. And then at the top, you're going to look to this side and to that side and glue it down. Okay, so now you've got your flower pot there. Now it's time to add the top. The top is going to go all the way edge to edge here. And you can put it as high or as low as you'd like. I think I want to show a little bit of matte there. No, maybe not. All right, let me get some dimensionals. You want to put this on with dimensionals. So we're going to flip it over and add some dimensionals. My flowers are pretty big, so I think I want my edge of my pot, or the top lid lip of my pot, to be as low as I can. So I'm going to go here. Line it up at the bottom of this berry burst edge on both sides. So that will be my flower pot. Now we just need to adhere the flowers. So I haven't pre-designed this because I was cutting flowers out at the last minute here. So we just kind of have to figure out how we're going to want our zinnias. So don't throw away these pieces where the zinnia is at the edge of the paper. See these pieces? You can use those. You can use them either up here at the top, to kind of fill in the background, or you can use them here. So it looks like it's just peeking out of the pot that way. Kind of like it this way, that's fun. So maybe if we put that one there, and then you've got this big purpley one. Might have to cut that little leaf off. And then I've got this big pink one. So these leaves are really crazy on these flowers. So we have to, I like to see some green, but we may have to trim them. And then I've got this little guy. All right, we just want it to look really full. That's kind of fun. Looks like this one's bending out of the pot. How's that? Okay, so yes, we're gonna have to trim some of these leaves off, but that's all right. All right, let's start with this one here on the edge. The ones in the background, I'm going to just lay flat, just with some glue. Let's get, let me cut this off. Let me just cut this leaf off. He's just not doing us any good there. Okay. This one. Okay, so if I put this one here, I'm going to want to put a dimensional back here because the lip of the pot is raised. So we want to put a dimensional at the top of this flower. And then we can put some glue on this part of the flower, not the leaf, just this part of the flower. So we can get him to kind of perch right there. Okay. And then this one was going to go again in the background. And you just want to make sure that you stay within your within the edge of your card because it's got to fit in an envelope. There's no problem. You can show a little bit of white back there. There we go. Get in there. And then let's get this one over there. I do want to show some green. He's just crazy. His leaves are crazy. All right, maybe this way. Maybe that way. All right, let's try that. So this, again, we're going to need a dimensional here. Every single one of these cards is going to be different because depending on the flowers that you cut out to use, you're going to get a different look. Okay, so then I'm going to need some glue on this side of the flower. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining tonight. Okay. Him on there. And then this one, maybe this one should go like this. Oh, that's good. Okay, so then this one will want to get a dimensional behind this little flower. And then some glue here. Not this edge, just right in here. Oops, stuck to my finger. There. So really you just want to fill up your pot with flowers. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now our little sentiment piece, which is going to be the stop. I was going to use the stamp from the set that says thank you so much. Should have already had that out, sorry. Oh. And I was going to use the Blackberry Bliss which I also forgot to take. Here we go. I haven't used this ink pad in a long time. Let's make sure it's working. Oh, pretty good. I might need some ink. Okay, so we're going to ink that up and stamp. There we go. Wow, that looks so dark. But it is going to dry a little bit lighter. And then we're going to put that onto our heartfelt hexagon shape. Should fit perfectly. There we go. And then for that to become the stop, you're going to need to raise it up a bit. So you're going to have to put dimensionals on the back of your sentiment. Okay. And I'm going to just put that at the bottom here so that I have some room to write a sentiment, and that will become the stop for the flower pot. So the last thing to do is to add some bling and some embellishment. I've got some lemon lime twist ribbon here that is from the annual catalog. It came in a duo pack, I believe, with pink and this little lemon lime twist, which is the color of these leaves. So what I'm going to use is a glue dot. I'm just going to peel this glue dot off of here with my fingers. And I'm going to put it right on the front where I want my bow. And then I'm going to go around. And I don't know how much ribbon I need. I never know how much ribbon I need. It's always a guess. All right, so we're going to just cut off. What is this? Oh, my paper's upside down, so I don't even know. All right, just what you think looks good. Go around and tie this. And as it comes around the front, I'm going to push it onto that glue dot so it will hold it while I tie this bow. And I'm going to tie this upside down. My tails are going that way. Okay, what do you think? Oops. Okay, and then we can just adjust this a little bit. And then trim off. Easier said than done. Trim off the edges of the ends of the ribbon to make it the right length. There we go. Okay, so there's our little flower pot. So we can put some bling on there. Let's see what we've got here in the bling. We've got these new ones that are so pretty. I love sequins. These are the adhesive-backed shiny sequins. And they are extremely shiny. So we're going to use, I don't know, we've got so many colors that work with this. Maybe we'll use some of everything. So we've got some lemon lime twist here. And we've got some, I don't know what color this is. I don't know what color this is, but it's pretty. It's peachy. And we've got some pink. And then we could put some of this yellow. I should have looked up the name of the colors in this sequence. Put some of these down here. There we go. We've got the whole rainbow there. Okay, so that's my little flower pot card with the zinnia paper. I could not wait to make this card with this paper. It just calls for a flower pot. Alrighty, so let me show you. I wanted to show you the stamp set in action. This is a card that I created with this stamp set. This is the main image in the stamp set. This 3 zinnias here. And the sentiment, sending flowers and thinking of you. And look at this gorgeous background. This is a set of dies that I bought and I only used a few times. Forgot all about them, of course, until they were retiring. These are called, and I lost them, the, oh my gosh, oh, now I dropped it. One moment. Of course, I put them away, so I couldn't find them. Here we go. Gorgeous garden dies. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me show you these. So these, I think they're on sale for $30 right now. There's 2 of them, and this is the one that created this background. This cuts out this whole card front. Isn't that just beautiful? And I did it with the lemon lime twist and then colored the zinnias in with Stampin' Blends. So the other one, this one, oh, I just love it. I'm gonna have to use this. This one creates this background with the flowers. And I think I should have made the leaves a little bit darker. They kind of blend in here. But there are some zinnia, lemon lime twist leaves there. And then these are the flowers that I created with those beautiful dies. They're so pretty. And then the little sentiment from the set, thank you so much. So this is pairing old with new here, and then using the paper here for the flower pot card. Okay, so that's it for me tonight because, as I said, a little under the weather. So it was just a quick card tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next week. I have, again, no idea what I'm doing from week to week. Could be anything. But I hope you tune in. So meantime, have a great weekend, and everybody stay crafty, my friends.